Now, Fight the Blight, a year-long investigation from WLBT. 3 on your side.
Well, if you live in Georgetown here in Jackson, you've noticed a once crime-ridden corner is transformed after the demolition of a decaying building. A grandson removed the eyesore and made other changes in that community. It now allows elderly residents and children to feel a bit safer there. 3 Side's Rosalind Anderson joins us live to share their story in tonight's Fight the Blight. Ross?
This empty Georgetown lot may seem ordinary, but is a vast improvement for those living around here.
Where the food truck center used to be a little wonder right there, and that's why I sat as a little boy selling Jackson State tickets.
Daniel Cooper recalls the days when his grandfather, Roy Cooper Sr., operated a brass exchange company and ice cream shop on the corner of Ludlow and Woodrow Wilson Avenues. The 2-story building fell into disrepair after his grandfather died.
It got overgrown, and we had a lot of drug addicts and alcoholics staying in the building.
The HVAC technician decided to demolish it with the help of contractors, friends from trade school. The corner, he says, was a problem for those living here.
I get people coming by, stopping all the time, saying thank you. A lot of the old people that stayed on the street, they couldn't even come down this street because of the activity and what's going on. They just had to go all the way around just to get to their home.
Vietnam veteran Perry Thomas is one of the residents happy about the improvements.
Since this building has been torn down and the people are gone, people can pass by now, you know, and people feel free to sit out on their porches. It's not a whole lot of all-night activities going on.
Cooper has also purchased and renovated 2 houses near the property. Michael Pickett operates a food truck on the lot. The community appreciates the changes.
We've been trying to fight the blight on our own. That speaks volumes of the young men that come over here and try to make the neighborhood look better.
The 40-year-old has held community cleanups with neighborhood youth and envisions building medical offices on the land.
We did this, and other people down the street started cleaning off their property.
Now, Cooper encourages others in Georgetown who can to buy and renovate property around them to slowly improve the appearance of the community. In Georgetown, Rosalind Anderson, 3 on your side.